Hi everyone, it's Christine and I'm back with another process video of me scrapping in my quarter journal. So as always, I am working off of these quick little sketches that I wrote out a couple weeks maybe after that week, just to be like, oh, okay, here are some quick points of things that happened or things I want to include in this week's spread. And I get my photos printed, pre-cut them, and honestly, I don't do much planning beyond this. So everything else in the video, after I've put my photos down, is kind of free-for-all in the moment. But one thing I knew I did want to include in this spread is this big Ate This stamp, which is actually from a past Mini Book Makers Club kit called Every Last Bite, which was released last July. It's all about food. And of course, I took the chance to use it all in this spread. So over here, I am adding little details. So the fun thing about this is, I didn't really have enough photos to fill most of the spread. So a lot of what I'm going to be doing too is embellishing my layout with the stamps and just a few stickers, but it mostly getting to play with stamps in this layout was a highlight for me. As someone who designs stamps, you would think that I play with stamps a lot more, but actually no. So this was so much fun for me to put together. So as I was doing this, I realized that because my photos were glossy, that the ink was smearing and onto little parts of my notebook. So I tried covering it with that label, adding that little arrow to cover up the little red smear of ink over there. So just adding little details here and there of stickers and making sure those stickers are straight. Yeah. So as I said, playing with stamps, throughout this layout, I try to include as many stamps as I can just because, I don't know, I really enjoy playing with stamps in my journals. Also, I love including the TV we're watching, and I think I do almost have that every other week. There's an image of whatever TV show or movie we saw that week. This is a set called Power Through It, which is about working out. And in this little quadrant, I'm documenting a fun personal record that I had. I started strength training in September of 2022. And I was excited to to be able to lift 180 pounds on my deadlift. And I thought that was a really great thing I wanted to include in my scrapbook. And that picture is actually a picture of my squat shoes in the little cubbies that they have at the gym that we get to leave our shoes there. And I was looking for a color of ink to kind of match the color of my shoes. I did get the bright orange. I didn't get the maroon, but I guess red was close enough. And at least it ties in with the rest of the layout too. So here I'm stamping out the numbers 180 to celebrate my 180 pound lift. So I thought that was pretty cool that I got that bright orange. So throughout the layout, I am trying to keep my colors at a minimum. So for the Ate This section, I got that green from the spring onions and the ramen, and the orange from more of the yellow from the egg, and the White Lotus poster. So as this layout comes together, hopefully you'll see where I'm getting these color decisions to trying to pull them out from photos mostly. And once I use a color, I try to make sure that it sort of shows up again in the layout just to tie it all together. I really like that this layout has a picture of me and my husband and my cousin. I don't always take pictures of myself, and I'm rarely in my own scrapbooks. But when I do get photos of that I get to include, I really like it. And so, mental note to take more pictures of myself and include myself in my scrapbooks. So I'm again using my this month weekday stamp set. And that teal, actually, that really bright teal, I grabbed from the White Lotus poster, if you'll notice. Oh, it's cut right there. You'll see it. The color of that Vespa. So I love, too, that this is sort of like an exercise in design. Like, okay, how do we tie this spread together through color? Whether it's through color or repeating certain stamps or stickers. Like the arrows or the little shape of that arrow sticker beside feeling super grateful and the yum yum yum. Yeah, so that's really one of my favorite things about scrapbooking. It's kind of putting something together on the fly. This could use a lot more planning, but I really love just being able to play in the moment with what I have, having just my stories as bullet points, seeing what I remember, but also like as long as the photos are in and I can just play with the product as we go along. Here I'm getting a little confused about the dates. So as I was filling out the scrapbook, I originally marked them as 2 succeeding weeks, which was like early December, mid-December. But upon checking, apparently this was all the same week. I call it the fog between Thanksgiving and Christmas, where all the days just kind of mix together. It's all around the holidays. So that's why I kind of got confused about where I was. So for this last quadrant, what I did was my notes said that I wanted to document that I finished the new December Mini Bookmakers Club kit, which was called Favorite Time of Year. And so instead of just including a photo of the Mini Bookmakers Club kit, I realized like, oh, hey, it might be fun to play with a stamp. And since I had that one quadrant blank enough to document that, I wanted to do something a little fun. So here I am stamping together some of the stamps to make a little cluster of elements. I'm keeping my colors down to the 2 colors that I've already used on the layout, which is the green and the light brown / sand color. So in this little corner, you will see that I originally thought that stamping it outside to bleed outside the page would be fun. And then I changed my mind. I'm going to cover that up with a label because I did not really like how that came together. Let me move it up so you can see. Okay, there. And let's repeat the rest of the label. There you go. So yeah, I really like this idea of the stamp cluster as a way to kind of almost make my own patterned paper in a corner, but also yeah, just add some fun layers to the page without it being bulky. So I'm just putting my finishing touches on the layout. This layout came together pretty quickly, despite not having enough notes about what else happened that week. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this layout come together. Till next time.